Fighting with My Family is written and directed by Stephen Merchant and tells the story of Paige, WWE wrestler, her unusual family and how they fought in a very different way, how her love of wrestling began, the relationship that she shares with her brother, how both of them really wanted to be wrestlers, and how hard that actually is for them once they get their shot. This movie actually really surprised me. I got really into the film. The story made me feel something. I actually felt I cared about what was happening. I gave a shit, and it wasn't just because it was a heartwarming film that's obviously crowd-pleasing, because it's definitely going for those feels, and it really wants you to stand up and cheer and get all those critic quotes that say, you're gonna clap, even though you probably won't. Much of it is due to Stephen Merchant's writing. The dialogue here is really, really fresh, and the family dynamic is so funny. Nick Frost is goddamn hilarious in this movie, especially in an early scene where he's talking to another wrestler, and he's trying to figure out just how much he will take in the ring. How much abuse can this wrestler take? Would he take a hit to the face with a garbage can? Well, let's find out. It's a great scene. I was eating popcorn while watching it, and I kind of choked on the popcorn because I was laughing so hard. There's a lot of scenes like that early on, mostly due to Nick Frost, that are gut-bustingly hilarious. Also very funny, Vince Vaughn as the coach for NXT when she is training and trying to figure out if she could become a WWE wrestler. His insults are so on point. It kind of reminded me of Hacksaw Ridge, in which he played a similar character, just a little more toned down, less profanity this time. But I felt that the real heart and soul of this movie was the relationship between Paige and her brother, because both of them are very much so in this, like they really want it. And when things don't go 100% according to plan, it causes a lot of family drama. And that's where the movie really got under my skin in a good way. Like, it actually made me feel a lot for this family. And yeah, sometimes it goes in a familiar direction. Some of the scenes can be, derivative of other movies that we've seen 1,000 times. There's only so many ways you can tell an inspiring story about someone who wants to be a wrestler or a boxer or a basketball star or a football star. And this movie does follow that same path, and that's fine, honestly. I've said this a billion times in my reviews. I don't care if a movie has cliches. If it does them well, that's great. Good. You did it. You made me feel something. Good job. Despite being prominently featured on the poster, The Rock does not have a huge role in this movie, as I'm sure most of you probably know. He's in the movie every once in a while, as true to the real-life story with Paige. He was integral to getting her to get into the ring and some involvement there. The movie glosses over some facts, and some things have to be changed to make the movie more interesting, because if you knew things ahead of time, it just wouldn't be as fun, which I get. You need that. But if you really want to know the true tale behind it, there's tons of documentaries and, featurettes about Paige and the things that she went through. It's a very inspiring story, and the movie is also very inspiring. I would say Stephen Merchant's a better writer than he is a director. Not that the film's poorly directed, it's just that the writing was so good. The direction kind of disappears sometimes. It feels a little bit listless, not in a bad way. I must say, I'm kind of reaching for things at this point, but you can just tell that his writing is a lot stronger than his visual intuitiveness, which is the most pretentious way I can say that the movie didn't look as good as the stuff that they were saying. And towards the end, if you know the real life story, it doesn't feel quite as hard hitting as it could be in the emotional gut. You know some things that are going to happen, and some of it does feel a bit rushed towards the end there. But overall, this was a pretty inspiring movie and filled with great performances. Very, very funny. Extremely well written. I would recommend checking it out. I'm going to give Fighting with My Family a B+. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. I've got some more coming to you this weekend. As always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.